Howdy everybody, and welcome back to the Chip and Dale tutorial. Today we are going to add our final enemy, the rat. So let's get cracking. You may remember last time we added our dog, and the rat is going to copy a lot of this code. Well, in fact, I did the rat first, and I think I copied all the code from the rat over to the dog, and anyways, it doesn't really matter. Either way, we're going to add in a rat enemy. So start off, add another group to your groups section. Just call it rat and add a rat object to that. obj_rat. Very simple. We're going to assign it a sprite, enemies, rat, and we'll use the one of him jumping, because that's kind of like being idle. So we're going to need a create event, a step event, and a begin step event. Move that over to there. And we're going to give it a parent enemies. Alright, that should be everything we need to go. So come back to our dog object here, and we're just going to copy pretty much all the code from here. Except that's going to be 0. Acceleration should be 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 0.5, 0, 11, 0, 0, 0, previous ground X, jump count, and active timer. Did I even use the active timer? I can't remember. I did. So I don't use it with the rat though, so we don't need that. Let's see, what else do we need to do? We need to add a patrol area because the rat patrols back and forth. So we're going to say patrol max and patrol min is the X starting position plus 48 and minus 48. So he'll walk back and forth between 48 pixels from where he started, or let's see, that's 1, 2, 3 tiles. 3 tiles to the left or right of where he started. As you can see definitely by all my mouse waving. Come back over to the zone real quick. We're just going to delete these enemies here because we want to make sure that we don't need them right now, and we want to have only the rat available so that we can kind of put the rat here and see what the rat's doing. Last but not least, Tilemap again for collisions. And ID for what hit me. Radius. Anyways, none of that's really necessary, but I just put it there. So coming over to our begin step event. Actually, we'll start the I put all this in the begin step, didn't I? Come back to our create event. There we go. Just copy and paste that there. Begin step. Again, we're just going to copy everything over from our dog over here to this guy. Yeah, it's a complete copy paste. There we go. That's done. And step event. Now we're going to need to put in our pause check. Again, this would be something that could be good in a script, but in order to keep this project friendly with the trial version, we have to keep the amount of scripts we use down to a minimum. So do a stuck test. Again, this is copied from the dog. And give him some states because he's going to have 2 states. I'm going to copy and paste all this again. Most of the stuff will be exactly the same as normal. So switch state. Did I put a state variable? Yeah, state equals 0. And that's something that you could probably throw in an enum for the rat states and stuff like that if you really feel like it. But since they're just 2 states, 0 and 1, I decided I wasn't going to bother. I just put it in a comment real quick. So when they're unactivated, they just walk back and forth. So just normal walk, movement, code. Everything's normal. Jump around, and this would be for if you are stuck. And when you're on ground, if you're not on ground, if you're in the air, then you have, if not on ground, then animate, else don't animate. And turn around. This will be somewhat more important here because we want to, if our X is greater than or equal to our patrol maximum, go left, or if our X is less than or equal to the patrol minimum, go right. So just flip us around. Alright, and here's our state switch. So the rat checks in a line from X minus 256 to X plus 256, or in other words, X plus or minus room width, for the player. And if it finds a player and is on the ground, then, oh yeah, because the rat hops around, it doesn't just walk, it hops. So speaking of which, yeah, you jump, Y speed equals -5, and turn me around if I hit a wall, again, exactly like with the dog. Activate me collision line is the length of the view width, and that could be handled by like a global variable if I felt like it again. But if the rat does detect a player, go into state 1, and we don't really bother with any sort of turn back code because they go into the charge state, and that's where they end. So they go sprite underscore index is equal to rat charge, image x scale, turn me towards the player, image speed equal to 0.5, max speed is equal to image x scale times 1.5. So we want to increase our max speed because they move faster. When activated, again, just normal movement code, normal movement code, normal movement code. Check to see if I'm stuck against something, again, just for, like from the dog. And if we need to, turn me around. But that's basically it. So that was really easy and not painful in the slightest. Let's go and check them out. We're gonna throw in an object spawner, an enemy spawner. Put you right there. And make sure your variable is enemies spark dog rat object rat. There we go. Give it a run. All right. Oops. A little bit low there, I guess. Let me make sure. Yeah, the rat has to be up in the air when you create him. Like so. See, look at our little happy rat. It's patrolling back and forth. Stays within his radius. And when the player lands near him, he detects and charges towards you. And if there was anything in the way, he would try to jump over it, just like the dog. Whoops. Yep, And yeah, that's everything for the rat. Let's see, we are only at 10 minutes here. So we are going to throw in real quick a door so that you can get to the boss. So real quick, let's remove this guy again. We don't need him anymore. We don't really need anything here, but so let's go into the room real quick. I'm gonna check what layer the door goes on. Oh, just on instances. All right. We're gonna need an object. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Room objects. No, it's not a room object. Oh, game objects. Object door. So in your game objects, create object, object underscore door, add a create event and a step event. And in the create event, actually, we don't use that, so you can just get rid of that, I guess. In the step event, we check to see if the door has collided with a player. Now, normally, if you wanted to optimize this interaction, you would have the player check to see if he's collided with a door. But in my case, I don't really have anything going on with. I'm not going to have very many doors in the game. In fact, there's only going to be like one per room. So it doesn't really matter if the player is checking or the door is checking, because it's not really going to make much of a difference on performance. Really, it only makes a difference if you have like 500 doors all checking to see if the player's colliding with them. So if instance player object underscore input dot state is equal to input states dot none, and do a fade transition to my target room and instance destroy. So destroy the door. The door itself has a variable, add target underscore room underscore, and we're going to set resource, and by default let's have you go to room title. So if you haven't set this for some reason, you'll just end up back at the beginning of the game. But if you do set it up, which we will do real quick, we need to actually give this a sprite here. Fonts background miscellaneous. There it is. Yeah, miscellaneous. Object door. Very big. There we go. It's the size we want it to be now. Yeah, I guess there's as good a place as any. So when the player touches that, he'll be transported to, and we are going to set, in this case, we are going to set zones room 002. Alright, that will send you to the boss room. So 02. Yay! Alright, looks like we are set up and ready to go to the boss. So next time we will talk about the boss and the object we use to defeat the boss. So thank you everybody for watching. Remember, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the video section. And thank you very much for watching. Good luck with your programming.